Honestly, dude, brand accounts are incredibly cringy. Every time I see a brand account on Twitter or I see them try to like make a joke or take a jab or something and I just makes my insides just curl. It's like I don't know, they just try really hard to be funny and like some people say they don't enjoy stand-up comedy because they can't sit there and watch someone try to be funny. And I don't really agree with that myself, but I feel like this is the same exact thing, but just like on steroids because it's not even like a comedian out there trying to do their thing. It's a multi-million-dollar company typing away on Twitter trying to get the laughs of a couple, I don't know, scrubs browsing and scrolling who follow them. And the worst is when they pander so hard just to get those little niblets of approval from the people who are going to be giving them money. Like, I mean, there's like some Twitter brand accounts who are like okay at it, but it's still, it's just, at the end of the day, it's still kind of cringe. Like, for example, like Wendy's is a Twitter account which has been notorious for talking shit to other brands or being whatever sassy as the mainstream news that talks about them describes them. Basically, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, it's okay, but it's still like a cringy brand account grasping for the approval of their customers. And what's worse is when they're not even like trying to make jokes or be funny. Like at least Wendy's tries to make jokes and they try to just be funny. Like maybe that they provide some laughs or something to some people. Like even though it's a little cringy, they're at least trying to be funny. But some Twitter handles don't even try at all. It's just not even in their interest to be funny. They just want to go completely 100% pander mode. Like, for example, if any of you have been paying attention to Twitter recently, you've seen people have been posting their Spotify Wrapped on their timeline. Basically, Spotify Wrapped is like the combination of everything you've been listening to over the years, kind of like a summary of what you've been listening to. It shows like your most listened to artists and shit like that. And people have just been posting this on their timeline, like sharing what they listen to and sharing like what they enjoy. That's just what a lot of people do. But the other day, a brand account on Twitter wanted to take advantage of this trend, of the Spotify Wrapped trend, and just completely bend over backwards and pander. And what's weird is this is from a huge Twitter account. Like, Target, okay? It's from the Target Twitter account. Usually I'd expect, like, some scrubby little off-brand Twitter account to do this, but, like, Target? Really? The Target Twitter the other day tweeted out, "My 2020 Wrapped came in, and it's official. I am a BTS stan through and through." And so obviously the Target editorial board or whatever, the Target social media guys sat down and said, how can we properly pander to this young generation? Remember that video I made the other day on Gen Z? Well, now we can clearly see it. We can clearly see what I was talking about the other day. They're not even trying at this point. It's not even trying to be funny. They really sat down and they were like, what do kids like these days? They like Fortnite. I don't know. They like what? What do they like? PlayStation 5s, right, guys? Oh, I know. My daughter the other day she was talking about. Oh, I don't. What is it? BDS or something? Like, I have no. It was some Korean band or something like that. Oh, I know how to piss the BTS stands off. Oh, it was some Japanese band or something like that, man. I'm just messing. But obviously these boards are composed of boomers. That's just very prevalent. And of course, every other brand account on the platform jumped on this opportunity to pander because they were like, wow, that was absolutely genius, Target. I am blown away by your incredible intelligence on how to grab the young audience. So Barbie swoops in there and says same with a little purple heart. And Target replies to them, of course, hop in, we're standing BTS. Just like, it's just unreal. You get accounts like Redbox in there. OMG, you too, we can't get enough of BTS to be honest. And even Spotify replied, after all these Spotify raps, they replied, twinsies, purple hearts, just, ugh, dude. And also, I'm just now seeing this. Targify? Huh? What, dude? It's literally just so terrible, bro. Like, it's just, oh my god. And the worst part is, people actually see this and they somehow manage to, like, relate to it. They, like, manage to make themselves relate to it. They see these, like, companies talking to each other and they're like, oh my god, BTS, that's so crazy, that's so cool. They're talking just like how me and my friendsies talk, lol. And it's just so sad. It's just really, really sad. But just while like delving into this and like how brand accounts kind of like have been in the past and how they've been handled throughout Twitter history and just other social media history, I ran across this pretty funny story from 2019. I never even heard about it, so it's actually pretty wild. But a lot of brand accounts used to have, I don't think they have it anymore based on the controversy that's happened, but they used to have that when you followed them, they would like at you and say like thank you. Or if you like asked for help, they would like automatically input your name into an automated response. And so obviously, we're all on the internet. We know that somehow people are going to take advantage of it and people are going to use it to fuck with these companies. And so one such example that I stumbled across here is from the Uber support Twitter. This guy at Real V Cheney tweeted at Uber support, "I had an awful driver today and I want my money back. Please respond so we can work this out." And so typically the Uber support Twitter would reply with something, very generic because they handle everything in DMs. They don't handle it publicly. So they respond with like a generic response like, "We're sorry, send us a DM, whatever, so we can, figure this shit out." But this dude at the Real Cheney quickly switched his name to the N word, so that way when they responded, it automatically put the N word in their reply. So the tweet literally reads, "We're so sorry about that, N word. Please send us a DM with your phone number with additional details of your concern so we can connect." And dude, when I tell you I died reading that, the uncensored version, it just I just could not contain myself. And of course, Twitter Spurks just immediately jumped on this just to like scream racism and xenophobia or whatever the hell. For example, this guy tweeted out, "What happened with Uber's social media accounts is unacceptable and should have never happened. I have a zero tolerance policy for racist, sexist, or xenophobic comments. They have lost a customer." Person just felt so virtuous like tweeting this out in response to this when it was obviously just a bot who completely was maybe mishandled and not representative of Uber in any way, shape, or form. And I know that looks like I'm like kissing the ass of like Uber or something, like don't attack Uber. I don't care about the Uber brand. It's just really sad to me to see that some people actually think that this means Uber is being racist. Like what? Other people tweeting out, "Everybody use at Lyft, at Ask Lyft only. No more Uber. They are hashtag racist." And even some bold claims such as, "This is why we need more people of color in the tech industry." You think a person of color would hit send on a tweet like this? Which is just hilarious. It's like, we need a POC robot tweeting out for Uber support? Like, dude, obviously a bot. No one typed this and hit send. That was a programming mistake. It's just like which is worse? Brand accounts or Twitter Spurgs? The battle of the century, dude. The battle of the decade, literally, the past 10 years. Which is worse, brand accounts or Twitter Spurgs? And this guy is told what literally happened, and he still doesn't even believe it. He words it like, "So, the rumor is the guy who originally tweeted to Uber was a troll who set his name to the hard R. Then Uber Help support page, which is a bot, I believe, responded to him. The name he chose, hard R. Then, when they responded, he changed his name again." Like, these people actually think it's more likely the Uber support guy went in there and typed N-word with a hard R than that some internet troll just messed with them. And whoa, I have definitely gone off on a tangent. But yeah, dude, maybe here's a little funny brand story that actually is kind of genuinely funny. The Los Angeles Chargers, for example, they were one of the first brand accounts, and they actually used one of the employees' accounts, I think, and they just switched to the Chargers handle. So when they switched it, all the employees' old tweets were still under the Chargers handle. So there's this tweet from 2007 by the Los Angeles Chargers. "So hungry, need to feed my wife and head to PF Chang's." That's actually kind of good, but like knowing the context, it's not as funny. But if they just randomly tweeted that out, that would actually be maybe I'd actually support that and drop that tweet a little like or something. But let me just end this really quickly with something I saw the other day that Lina tweeted out. And to be fair, it actually tricked me. So this guy, Matthew Kirkwood, he's verified. He only has like 600 followers or something, but he's verified on Twitter. And he decided to troll a little bit. He switched his display name to say Twitter and his profile photo to be the same photo that Twitter uses. And unfortunately, I didn't get a screen cap of it at the time, and he changed his name back. And so he tweeted out, "Who want to make a real N-word nut?" And just imagine you're scrolling through the TL and all of a sudden you see like Twitter, check mark, and the logo, and then you see that, you're just like, whoa, hold up, bro, what? And Lionad12 tweeted this with, "How long you give this MF?" Just so AIDS, dude, so AIDS. So what do you guys think of brand accounts? I don't know, I just definitely think that they're cringe. I don't think that there's any real way that I'd like look at a brand tweet and be like, oh, that's really good. Wow, that really made me laugh. That made my day. My day is now better having read this tweet by the Target brand account about BTS, dude. Thank you so much. But thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you're new around here, don't be afraid to subscribe. It's free. You can always change your mind. No big deal. Peace out, y'all.